Jen, it could almost be completely fortuitous that you would do this deconstructing Zionism show on Saturday, and then almost like pure happenstance, Kanye West comes out and basically gives the old trope of the Jews are controlling everything and we've got to stop them. What is the motivation of Kanye West?
So here's the thing. There are definitely Jews that are controlling things, but there's a lot of Gentile people. There's a lot of Muslim people. There's a lot of all kinds of people controlling things. There's probably about 64 people around the world that are in charge of shit. And it isn't necessarily the people that you think is in charge of shit. And yeah, maybe some of them are Jewish. That is it's possible. But that's not a thing. There's not some sort of like coalition of Jews trying to take over the world. That's not a thing. Just isn't. So, yeah. And there are probably a lot of people that he might be referring to that happen to be Jewish and happen to be oligarchs and whatever, but he's kind of in their club, which is why this is so ironic.
The Jewish media blocked me out.
Okay, first of all, the fact that he says Jewish Zionists, that kind of is anti-Semitic. Like and I don't play that card. I very rarely think things are, but that's really not cool.
Jews have owned the Black voice.
Now that is not necessarily entirely untrue. Hey, you want to talk about where the corporate money is and people that control the narrative and the Democratic Party that thinks they own the Black vote, even though they don't do anything for them and they abuse them and stuff. Yeah, but it has nothing to do with Jews. They just might happen to also there might be Jewish people. Like that's what's really frustrating about that. So that is very anti-Semitic. And it wasn't an anti-Israel or an anti-geopolitical Zionist state comment. So yeah, kind of icky. But I always thought he was an idiot anyway. And for anybody who knows, really, I'm not on social media. I'm really not. I am kept aware of what goes on. But one of the reasons I'm not on social media is because of crap like that. I don't care about Kanye. I don't care about the Kardashians. I don't care about any of their nonsense whatsoever.
But it is true. But again,
no. That's not. It's how he phrased it. Jewish Zionist. Please, by all means, please. We just did an entire 3-hour show on Saturday called Deconstructing Zionism. I have now come out as an anti-Zionist. I hear you. But the way that he says Jewish Zionists, and this is why you will appreciate this, there are many Zionists that aren't Jewish. There's a lot of evangelical Christians that are Zionists. So when you specifically say Jewish Zionists, it's like you're really just putting it together to just really sell it in a negative way. And you're attaching Jews to Zionism when what you're saying is absolutely correct. There's a lot of Jews that aren't pro-Zionist. So you are almost explaining my point as to why that's anti-Semitic that he does that. Why do I have to get affiliated with the Zionists? You see what I'm saying? Like, once you start generalizing people, that's where it starts to sound anti-Semitic to me. Not because he's not calling out Zionists. Yeah, if he was calling out Israel or Zionists or anything if he was saying pro-Palestinian stuff, we wouldn't be having this discussion. So that's why.
The irony, two things that I will.
I don't think he thought about it at all. I think he's a moron. But anyway, sorry. Yeah, absolutely. Again, I'm not on social media.
Two things. So Jordan Chariton of Status Quo was supposed to be on this evening, but he is at the Yankee game. And the Yankee game is delayed. So go figure, he could have been on, but now he's being punished as a result.
And and my older son, who is very much a Yankees fan now, he lives in Ithaca, and I guess now he's been befriended by many baseball Yankees people at his school.
Yes.
And so he's a big fan right now. And he would be like really jealous that our friend was at the game. Like I know he Reese would be like, oh, that's so.
Yeah, but Ithaca to New York City is about 3.5 hours.
Oh yeah, he's not going there.
Yeah, it's not really, as that option is not exactly there. But yeah, I did, and then the other thing I wanted to bring full circle about that story is that I didn't find anything for myself that I wanted to eat, but I found that, and I thought that was good for Jen.
He just wanted to shut me up.
And when I arrived at her house, as soon as I walk in the door, my eyes immediately lock in on the box of Anthony's coal-fired pizza.
That's my favorite.
And I'm thinking, karma in the universe really does exist. It was really speaking to me.
He feels that this is a trade, that he gets the Anthony's.
I wasn't expecting it. I didn't know, but the universe said
it wasn't for you.
It's for me.
Now it's been for you, but it wasn't for you. And he only eats my flavor. Why can't you eat the other flavor?
What, meatball?
Whatever it was. I don't know.
I'm not eating meat.
Then beggars can't be choosers.
I'm grateful for the mushroom. And look, Trump says, and one thing I will say about Trump, and for those of you here who saw the comments that Trump made.
Oh, the Jew comments?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that.
What was your take?
Well, he doesn't, again, he's just stirring the pot. That's what he does. He's just signaling to his base left and right, making little comments. He's just playing his part. He's just doing his thing. Do I think he personally really believes what he says? I don't know. Like, I don't think he's anti-Semitic. I don't think he's racist. He's probably a misogynist, but he's whatever gets him money. And he's about him. He's about him
100%.
And money. I don't
100%.
think he has an ideology.
I don't think he does either.
Like, he doesn't have an
understands exactly what he has to do.
He's a narcissist.
And again, but what I did read regarding Trump's comments, yeah, they were ridiculous. But the amount of brains that he has broken with the way that the leap to conclusion from his statement is you take a comment where he's basically saying, I did more for the Jews than this guy does, and you guys should be on my side, to I want to put Jews in the oven. Like, that's how far there were people like leaping on social media regarding this statement that he made. And I'm thinking, holy crap, what the hell did Trump say? And I read it and I'm thinking, it's not good, but it's like, holy crap, you make it seem like this is the craziest thing he's ever said.
And back to what we were just talking about, the only real problem I have with what he said is that he should mean that Zionists are so happy with him, and that the Zionists and the conservatives, which they are. And you know what? He did do a lot more for them than Joe Biden has. He did. He moved the embassy to Jerusalem.
And it's not like Joe's moving that back.
No, they'll write on it. No, they'll go on his little coattails and be like, yeah, that's kind of good for us too. But they wouldn't do it. But they're certainly not opposed to it. So in reality, what he's saying, if you were to take the word Jews out and change it for Zionists, then his statement would actually be very accurate.
Yeah.
But he hasn't done anything for like Jews that I know of. I mean, but I don't think he's just about money and himself. He's just a showman. That's what I think. I think he's a showman.
And that's why I didn't put Trump in the title, because there's really no, the idea, TM, you're absolutely right. And let's not forget that Jared Kushner, who is a criminal in his own right, where do you think he gets it from? He gets it from his father, who is in federal prison. And the only reason why Jared Kushner is not in federal prison is because his father-in-law is a former president of the United States who might be back in the White House in 2 years. That's it.
But at some point, because in theory, he'll outlive Donald Trump. And in theory, some point, he might have to pay the piper.
Of all the people in the Trump orbit that I want to see go down, there is no one bigger than Jared Kushner. I want to see that pencil neck piece of garbage go down the effing toilet. When people complain about Hunter Biden, you better be putting Jared Kushner in the same effing category.
Oh, no. He's way worse. He's way worse. I actually think Hunter Biden is more kind of like a rube than some
You mean a pawn, like a pawn.
Yeah, more than some like nefarious mastermind. I mean, wasn't he like into drugs and women and all that, which again, no judgment. And in fact, I don't care about that one way or the other. I'm just saying I would point out that he doesn't seem like somebody that was necessarily really focused on creating like, I don't know, nefarious doings. Whereas Jared Kushner, oh my God, like I think he's evil.
I think he is evil, absolutely.
And I don't think that Hunter Biden is evil.
And you know what? What Kushner's excuse would be if he went to prison or if he was going to trial. Say, hey, I was in an abusive household. My father, he made me like this. I only knew from my father who went to prison.
But when we had John Nichols on the show, wait, who was it? That was his book, Coronavirus, Criminals, and Pandemic Profiteers. Wasn't that John Nichols?
Yes. Yes.
Guys, that book was great, but the chapter on Jared Kushner was very particularly interesting. Thanks for watching. If you want to support our mission to transform politics into service, please like this video, subscribe, follow us on social media, and consider joining our Patreon, where you'll get early access to our interviews as well as other exclusive content. Links are in the description. Peace out.